accomplishments of the 59 members of the Fairbury High School graduating class of 2012. Today marks one of the major accomplishments of our graduates' lives as their time at Fairbury High School comes to a close. This is the culmination of many years of hard work, and yet it is only the beginning of the many stories they will write as their lives unfold and their journey forward.
In order to help us celebrate ours. We would not be here today without you guys. Now, I would like to welcome all of you, faculty, family, friends, alumni, and fellow graduates of the class of 2012. As we gather here today to celebrate over a decade's worth of work leading us to success. For some, it seems like it was only yesterday we started school, and for others...
Like yesterday, my dad sat me in the shotgun seat of the combine, took me to the tallest terrace and said, "One day, son, this will all be yours." But first, an education. Shortly after that, my mom was prying me off the leg and putting me on the school bus for my first day of kindergarten, pushing me to take the first step of my educational journey. Education is just that, a journey. Our early school years were as much about getting out of our shells and making new friends with fellow Voyagers as they were about learning to read or memorizing the months of the year. With each new step came new experiences and opportunities. Some were good, making new friends, joining athletic teams or organizations, exited students through the doors of Fairbury High School to take our next step on our journey as young adults. However, when we walk out these doors, we will not just cease to be high school students. We will find ourselves holding a new niche in the community. With it come new responsibilities and also new rewards. It was not on our own that we made it this far. Like Luke Skywalker from Star Wars, we have always had a group of loyal supporters assisting us whenever they could. Although we have never been asked.
My sports roster team and I had begun working on the sports roster. Allison and I were working on mock-ups for the cover, and after we finished, we printed them out in color and showed them to Miss Shute. She looked them over, sat them down on her desk, and then looked up at Allison and I and said, "You're not going to graduate. I'm not going to let you leave me." While it's true that part of me doesn't want to leave high school yet, I realize that whether or not Miss Shute wants it to, my life must go on. And I have to go to college. Sorry. It hasn't really hit me yet that I won't be coming back to school here next year, but I'm sure that once it starts up, beginning of my education, I have been guided by some of the most influential forces, including my family, teachers, coaches, and classmates. Throughout my years of high school, I was encouraged to simply do well in school because good things will come of that. In fact, these good things do not only come in education, but with the relationships I have made with my classmates, teachers, and coaches. Congratulations, not only succeed in life, and your impact has been profound. You have provided us with the background to succeed in life. Needless to say, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for all of you. Thank you for all the hard work and time that you put in for us so that we could learn what was necessary for the future. To all our parents and family, thank you for always being there to guide us and nurture us. Thank you for not giving up on us when we gave up on ourselves. Most importantly, thank you for pushing us to excel and always being willing to help us out. Now it is with great honor that I thank the graduating class of 2012. I am proud to be among some of the finest students Fairbury has to offer. You have helped me grow scholastically as well as socially these past years. For the past 4 years,
life, and many of you will look back with fond memories of many things that happened in the time you've been here. My own time, I've been here 10 years now, and it's really exciting to see graduating class upon graduating class, not only today, but when they come back to Fairbury, they have success in their lives, and I know that much of that is due to what the teachers, the administrators, and especially, I guess, the parents, your parents, have done for you over the years. We have a tradition here at Fairbury that, especially on Mother's Day, that we do recognize the parents. So first, we're going to have the mothers stand up.
Pedro and Costanza and Miss Shute about different class sizes and town sizes. Pedro was remarking about how tiny our town was, and especially how fast gossip travels in our school. Then I got to thinking, yeah, our class size is small, and gossip definitely does travel fast. But aside from the gossip, that's not necessarily a bad thing. With our number and small town background, it was easy to get to know these people these past 12 years or so. Having a class with the same group of people, participating with them in the same activities, has drawn us closer. We're a little bit more than classmates, we're all friends. But this is where the sad part comes in. We won't be friends for the rest of our lives, or at least as close as we once were. College or other future plans will test our bonds with each other. Some of us will remain friends, and others will slowly drift apart. By keeping in touch with each other, we demonstrate that we can learn from this. When you go off into the world, don't scoff at your small town background. Use it to create bonds with the people you encounter. Challenge yourself and learn from your mistakes, and I know you'll go far.
Jamalyn Dominic Barnett. Amanda Lynn Bartles. Trevor James Bender. Marlisa A. Bernhard. Carabeth Castle Block. Allison Ann Bootley. William Jesse Epke. Ashton Violet Feldkamp. Ashley Nicole Fraser. Samantha Lynn Kensky. Macy Amber Avalone. Julia Faith Hill. Aaron Michael Hilligan. Brianna Jean Hirsch. Chandra Danielle Howard. Nicholas Alexander Howe. Sheridan Wesley Hutchison. Thaddeus Cornelius Emmett. Costanza Ingrao. Mallory Rochelle Jensen. Diane Jean Johnson. Joshua Jeffrey Johnson. Jamie Dorothea Kleinbold. Pearl Rose Klepper. Jordan Riley Logan. Corey Wade Long. Nick Reed Markham. Chad Hans Medina. Clay Fritz Medina. Taylor James Merchant. Thomas Christopher Minich. Cheyenne Ada Mae Novotny. Daisha Jean Novotny. Jason Angela. Pedro Ricardo Cuya. Kyle Andrew Russell. Taylor Michaela Dawn Schroeder. Mariah Aileen Schroeder. Trevor Curtis Schroeder. Ian James Shada. Tiffany Nicole Shaw. Ashley Ann Stevie. Trent Ryan Simpson. Christopher John Snyder. Rachel Jean Snyder. Amelia K. Stone. Rita Ann Marie Ward. Brianna Darlene Wellman. Rebecca Ruth Wellman. Cody Ray Wells. Whitney Michelle Willingham.